Hello YouTube viewing audience, I'm back again, Eagle_Bacon, for kind of a new video. I'm doing a little bit of a shoutcasting on one of the Battle Cup matches that a personal friend of mine is in. He is in the EU, so this is going to be the Sunday, what time is it? It's about noon, so that Battle Cup, whatever that is called. And yeah, so we're in the draft phase right now. We have begun with a Slark ban, Invoker ban, Lifestealer ban, and Timbersaw ban.
Dire
I
team
wouldn't say
ban.
Lifestealer is as common as a ban, but it used to be in TI5, I think the most common banned hero or something like that. It's very commonly banned, but anyway. For now, a lot of these heroes are quite annoying. Invoker mid, Slark safe lane,
10
Timbersaw
seconds
off lane.
remaining.
Really been pub smashing recently.
5
But
seconds
anyway, let's look
remaining.
at the picks. First pick on Dire side was Wind Ranger, so with this Pudge
Reserve
pick, it doesn't
time.
look like she's going to be a mid, so she might be a safe lane carry or something like that. Then came Omni Knights. It looks like, what are the names of the teams?
Radiant team ban.
Okay, well, I'll just say Radiant and Dire. So the Radiant, oh, well, rest in
Dire
peace,
team
Crystal
ban.
Maiden. Anyway, first pick on the Radiant side was Omni Knight, very solid support. His ultimate is fantastic, game winning. I really think that he should be played more, but he's a little bit of a boring hero in some senses. But anyways, next up came a Pudge
10
pick. Pudge
seconds
is probably
remaining.
going to be going mid. I don't really see Pudges going to lane. Probably like a 7-1. Like
Radiant team's turn to
every 7
ban.
times I see a Pudge mid, I see one Pudge lane. So yeah, or even actually roam, or something like that. Next up, looks like Radiant side managed to pick their mid laner
10
right after
seconds
that.
remaining.
They're gonna be using Shadow Fiend, who can definitely do better
5
farming,
seconds remaining.
doing more damage to Pudge. So Pudge is gonna have a tough lane probably.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Next came the next ban phase. Looks like they cut out Lion and Crystal Maiden, so they don't want any of those supports roaming around. And then they actually cut out some junglers. So Ursa and Legion Commander. Legion Commander was very popular in this
10 seconds remaining.
particular time, especially with the quest path coming out. There's a lot
5
of people
seconds
playing
remaining.
Legion Commander all the time, every game, pub game. It's in pretty much at least half the pub games I play.
Reserve
I'm
time.
around 3k MMR, so you know. Then there's Ursa. Ursa's actually pretty good these days. Just played a game against him and he did very well.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Alright, so back to the picks. Dire side has chosen Darkseer, which is kind of not really a position 5 support, but has great teamfight capabilities with the vacuum and the wall. Has great harassment
10 seconds
capabilities
remaining.
if he's going against a melee safe lane. What I do is I play
5 seconds left.
Darkseer on
Don't
the
freeze
off
up.
lane. Solo off lane against someone like Anti-Mage.
You're using
with
up your
a,
reserve time.
With a support. If it's like an Ogre match I support, that's even better. You just cast Ion Shell, potentially 2 Ion Shells on each wave, and Anti-Mage cannot farm at all, unless he's actually good at the game, which most of the time they aren't, to be honest. And if they have a support like Ogre Magi who's melee as
Dire
well,
team's
there's no
turn to
chance
pick.
for them. On the other side, Radiant, they have picked a Dragon Knight, so it looks like Dragon
Radiant
Knight can
team's turn
mid.
to
In
pick.
fact, I think during TI5 or something like that, Dragon Knight very often went into the mid lane, but I'm not so sure this time. Shadow Fiend definitely prefers the mid lane to anything else, so Dragon Knight might be laning here with Omni. I'm not too
10
sure.
seconds remaining.
On the Dire side, another pick has been made, the Phantom Assassin.
5 seconds remaining.
Is possibly going to be going into the safe lane carry
Reserve
spot instead
time.
of Wind Ranger, but Phantom Assassin can go offlane as well. The dagger is very useful for securing last hits and for harassment as well. Very flexible item, and because it applies on-hit effects, there has been a build that I've been using. It's essentially just status effects. So you get an Orb of Venom and a what's it called, Blightstone. And you just keep spamming the daggers at them every chance you can. It has a very low mana cost. You might consider getting a Ring of Aquila or some mana regeneration. And basically you can just keep harassing them down until they're at a tiny amount of health and very negligent for some reason. And you can just blink on them, get a kill, throw more daggers. It's really easy early game, to be honest, if you're against 3k MMR scrubs. Anyway, taking their time on their fourth pick here, Radiant. Only have 20 seconds left on the reserve time. I've never actually seen the reserve time run out. I don't know if it randoms like it does in all pick, but we'll have to see. Alright, looks like Spectre's coming out. Spectre
Dire team's turn to
definitely...
ban.
1 second, please. Thanks. Alright. Spectre.
10 seconds remaining.
Spectre's definitely going to be taking a safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Farming position. Probably with Omni Knight as well. Dragon Knight much better suited for
Reserve
the,
time.
Off lane as well. Spectre, with the gap closer known as Spectral Dagger, can get very close and start hitting an enemy, and Omni Knight with the
Radiant
heal
team
bomb.
ban.
There's some decent kill potential here in the Radiant safe lane, so they'll have to be careful with Darkseer there. Oh, so you know how I just talked about Darkseer being great against 2 melee heroes and then solo off lane?
10 seconds
Well, that's
remaining.
exactly what this is going to be if Darkseer plays the
5 seconds remaining.
So it looks like the bans this time
Radiant
are going to be
team's turn to pick.
Witch Doctor and Rubik. Witch Doctor kind of being a little bit in the meta, a little bit out. His ultimate is fantastic in my opinion, especially with Aghanim Scepter. Maledict is very good. His stun is potentially one of the longest in the game if you catch 2 heroes right
10
next to each other.
seconds remaining.
But actually his heal is really great too, so he's just
5
an
seconds
all-around
remaining.
good hero. He's got a little bit of poor stats, but it's okay. Anyway, Rubik on the other side
10
being
seconds
banned.
remaining.
Looks like they don't want...
5 seconds
I don't
remaining.
know. Oh, okay. I guess Omni Knight's ult could be stolen, but... Oh, okay. Enigma. That makes more sense.
Dire team's turn to
They
pick.
definitely don't want Black Hole stolen. So it looks like Enigma is probably going to go into the jungle. And the last pick here is Disruptor on the Dire side. Here we go. So, I'm pretty bad with camera work, so maybe we'll just use the directed camera. I hope my game does not crash. Oh, it looks like everyone's loading in. Fantastic.
Prepare for battle.
Alright, so
Let's pause. I'm sure they'll be back.
Looks like looks like 4 players on the Radiant side have crashed, so we're gonna be going into a pause here real quick as they reconnect, hopefully. Wow, jeez. Why does this keep saying text field and loading up? Alright, so let's look at what people are buying so far. So let's start off here. Wind Ranger, No Talisman, Tango. This looks like a mid-build, sort of. Let's see, Soul Ring, Observer Ward, standard consumables. This is probably an off lane. We're going to buy his Soul Ring from the side shop. You can get the, what's it called? The Sage's Mask and the Ring of Regen from the side shop. So it's great there. BM on the Darkseer here. I'm pausing the game. Alright, Pudge looks like he's going to be taking a roaming role with the, what's it called? With the Smoke of Deceit and the Windlace. This definitely does not look like a mid build, so it looks like Wind Ranger will be going mid and Pudge will be roaming. Phantom Assassin, wow, that's a pretty cool set. Oh, and the Arcana as well. Awesome. Is going to be going to the safe lane with the Poor Man's Shield, which is very good actually. I think the Stout Shield got nerfed, but the Poor Man's Shield kind of stayed where it was, so it's actually very good for blocking damage, and PA definitely needs it if she's going to be farming a lot. Disruptor, going a very standard support build, probably going to be going top lane with PA. Looks like Pudge is yet to use this level, very smart. Sometimes you want to keep it adaptable, but oh my god, what's this Wind Ranger set? Okay, it's pretty cool. It's a little bit discolored because of the pause, but anyway. Let's get back to, okay, we have a Steam message from the Fallen One. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, Hawk Jerky's just messaging me. We're gonna do a Battle Cup in about 5 hours, so yeah. Alright, so let's look at the Radiant builds real quick. Yeah, Shadow Fiends Probably going mid here. Probably going to level raise first as well. Spectre, yes, safe lane carry build. Peculiar that he has a magic wand. I don't really think the offense is going to be casting this,
30
so that might
seconds
be a
to
mistake.
battle.
And you can buy that from the side shop as well, so I'm not so sure about that. Oh, I think I put that in the wrong chat. Okay, Enigma going with the very standard jungle build. I think they don't actually use Fairy Fire, so that's pretty good. But definitely the Ring of Basilisk is very good.
Let's get
Usually you
moving.
want it actually toggled on, though, to affect
Every
your
coin
commodity
helps.
conversion Eidolons, so I don't know if he's going to switch that anytime soon. Dragon Knight, looks like we have him leveling Dragon's Blood first, so usually you see a level into Dragon Tail for the stun, or even a level into Breathe Fire, but putting a level into Dragon Blood clearly shows that he's playing the offlane that he's expecting a lot of harassment to go down from the other team. Omni Knight definitely going into the safe lane just as predicted, and looks like we have our games starting, so it looks like we have a ward mid. This is definitely good for Pudge if he decides to try to land a hook onto our Shadow Fiend here. Top lane looks very dangerous as we have roaming Pudge coming in and looking at that Dragon Knight. Very hookable target. He doesn't have any escape mechanisms right now, but he is a little bit tankier than usual with Dragon's Blood, gaining 3 extra armor and 3 health regen, which is very good. That's going to mitigate a lot of damage and help him regen and sustain in this lane a lot. However, he's going to be dealing with a lot of shit from this ranged support who can harass him, and this dagger potentially if PA chooses to do that, and the threat of a Pudge hook. But it looks like he actually went into Raw first, so this might just be an aggressive tri-lane. No, okay, it's probably a roam, but he definitely needs level 2 before he can go attack anyone. Looks like Fallen One is not using the Ring of Basilisk aura, so he is actually denying his Eidolon's 2 bonus armor, which might not be the best thing. Alright, let me just check that my microphone is on, right? Alright, good stuff. Alright, back to the game. Looks like Wind Ranger's mid, so far got 9 last hits versus Shadow Fiend's only 4 last hits, but got one more right there. But definitely Wind Ranger in the lead. Looks like she's going to pick up the bounty rune as well, so she's definitely going to be a little bit ahead in net worth. So let's actually open up that stat right here.
Invisibility.
Cool. Net worth, here we go. So yeah, let's see. We have 2 dire heroes ruling the top of the chart right now. We have PA, obviously going to be bottom for most of the early game. And it looks like actually we have an aggressive ward set up on this camp.
First
blocking.
blood!
Yes, it is blocking. We missed first blood.
I cannot believe that worked. A threat hidden from me.
Okay. So it looks like Omni Knight died to Darkseer. Darkseer got refragged by the captain, Spectre. So not bad, but you definitely want more dominance in the safe lane. And Omni Knight, Spectre should be quite dominant and should not be giving up kills. There should only be mild harassment from... Oh, missing that last hit, the captain. Maybe not doing so well farming. Huh. Okay. And only level 2 on the Omni Knight, so he must have been doing some pulling or something, because he's very underleveled. Looks like Spectre's not even close to being able to attack Darkseer from now, so he's going to have dominance in the lane for a bit. Right?
Nuh-uh.
Okay, I'm just messing around with the controls. I'm not actually great at... I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the first time I've shotcasted, to be honest. But it looks like we have the pole camp blocked off by an observer ward. So usually you block camps with sentry wards, which only lasts 3 minutes. But this was actually an observer ward set out at the beginning of the game. So that means it's going to be 6 full minutes of no stacks. And they actually must know it's there. So they could have...
No sorceries avail!
They definitely don't need to pull, because Ion Shell will naturally push the creep wave. We have the new runes up, bounty rune on the top, illusion rune coming down, and looks like we have a smoke on Pudge, so he's going to be going for the mid kill potentially, or maybe even for
Missing
Dragon Knight,
middle.
but it looks like Middle's very wary of this and starts. Shadow Fiend is farming. Actually, no, it's not Shadow Fiend. Where's Shadow Fiend? He actually went bottom for the illusion rune and he's coming back to mid. He doesn't see the Pudge. He is smoked up. He's got no vision there anyway, so this could be dangerous. But a level 1 hook does not have that much range, so all the way up there. He doesn't have Dismember either. Oh, he's going for the hook. He goes get it. He gets it. He's running. Wind Ranger comes in with a power shot, but she has no mana. She can't shackle him. Looks like Shadow Fiend's actually going to be able to kill Pudge, who's very under level, has no farm, and Shadow Fiend just landed 2 raises and survives, and even bottles up to like 75% health, and he's actually better off than Wind Ranger at this point. So this might have put the lane back in equilibrium, because look, this Shadow Fiend is actually very close net worth to the other. Now, unfortunately, the safe lanes are a little bit unbalanced, with PA definitely getting better into the deal than Spectre, who seems to be missing some last hits, but it's really hard to... Oh, Omni-Knight taking a chunk of his health out right from what's called Ion Shell. So yeah, definitely a hard lane to farm.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Looks like top tower is taking some chip damage. Alright, so... what do we have here? Wind Ranger's gotten a bottle. Shadow Fiend likewise has gotten a bottle. Top lane, what do we have here?
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Oh, looks like PA has actually already farmed up Ring of Aquila and Boots of Speed, so she's actually very far ahead of the farm. In fact, she's ahead of Wind Ranger at this point, so she's definitely top for the Radiant side, but our Shadow Fiend is actually
missing middle.
done a lot in the ways of getting farmed. He's on the top of the network with Wrath too, but only by about 1 last hit. Oh, and he sees Pudge, just lays in one hit to cancel the healing salve, which I think was already over at that point, so it didn't really matter. But looks like he's going to be going bottom, and he spots Fallen One. He's going to go for the hook. No, he decides not to. Eidolon's hitting him. Oh, he just hooks an Eidolon. He goes for a blind hook. Not something a Pudge player with not enough mana would usually do, but it looks like we have something going on mid right now. So for the shaky camera work, we have Wind Ranger looks to be going on Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend's wary. He's backing out as he saw at least 2 people mid. Top lane though, Dragon Knight's been doing fine. With 2 levels in Dragon Blood, prioritizing that, his regen has been great. He's only had to use 1 Tango so far against PA and Disruptor. So that's actually quite fantastic. But here on the bottom lane, we have our jungler in a precarious position. Looks like Omni-Knight's putting Repel on it, so
middle tower isn't going to last long.
Disruptor tries to go for it, but dies in the process. And actually, we have rotation coming in. Pudge hitting Spectre, but he doesn't have Dismember. He's been roaming, so he doesn't have the XP to do it. And it doesn't look like there'll be another kill here. So it looks like it's just a Disruptor kill. Not bad, not bad. Oh, it looks like Wind Ranger's actually getting into the action too now with a double damage rune and... Oh, 1 second, please. Looks like Shadow Fiend's trying to escape. Only 100 health. Dodges the hook from Pudge. The Rod's coming in though. It's not hitting him. It's not hitting him. He can TP out. Oh, looks like there's a pause on the Radiant side.
Let the fighting recommence.
Darkseer, BMing again. Shadow Fiend. Pausing. I'll be right back.
I'm fine with waiting and all, but let's go!
India.
You know what? I should probably close the window.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Why is this one open?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, sorry guys. Back to the action. What did I miss? Alright, let's see. Looks like Spectre. Where's Spectre gone? Spectre using Haunt now. Looks like he's hunting down the Pudge. Very low. Only about 150 health coming in. And the raise misses. But looks like they expend a smoke for no reason at all. But Spectre definitely being able to kill her with Dispersion, actually. So Wind Ranger kind of assisting there. Looks like, oh, the raises are coming in, but Wind Ranger uses Wind Run, but the raises go through it, and Wind Ranger drops Spectre's very low, caught in a bad position, but with Disruptor's out of mana, he can't glimpse, and he's the auto attacks don't do that much. And Dragon Knight coming in, one Dragon's Breath away,
Oh,
and
not
Elastic's a
much good's
fantastic
happening to
work from the
Radiant's
Radiant,
bottom
6 to
tower.
1.
And died with honor.
I guess
But
Radiant
PA's
fortified
been
their
farming this whole
structures.
time, managed to keep on top of the net worth graph.
Radiant's
Very
bottom
wary.
tower's got problems.
Goes for the Dragon Tail.
Radiant's
She's
bottom
stunned.
tower
Oh, are we
is
gonna get a
no
black
more.
hole here? Oh no! She blinks out right before. The black hole is cancelled. 200-second cooldown on that, but to be honest, not the worst thing to happen really. No one died. Actually, that's pretty bad, to be honest. But definitely could have seen a dragon form there. Could have seen a breathe fire. Could have seen some more aggressive plays from the Dragon Knight as well. We could have seen if it's one target, a Malphite should pretty much do it, but it's true the blink is pretty big. But in mid, Wind Ranger just going on Shadow Fiend again, but doesn't have enough damage. But the power shot, raining it. Oh, he dodges it by a hair. Wind Ranger really making a lot of attempts at kills, but not really being able to hit that much. Alright, so she's going to be able to secure the bounty route. So Shadow Fiend's actually back on top of the net. Okay, well, as we say, these two are battling for the top of the network graph. Surprisingly, Darkseer has a lot of goals. He's been pretty much farming the whole time in a slightly less effective manner than PA.
Gratitude.
Nonetheless, the whole time, I've not really seen him do any ganks or anything like that. He is actually very good with ganks because of his surge ability and the Ion Shell. But yeah, it looks like he's been more focused on pushing the lane instead. So top lane, we have 3 heroes here, potentially going for this top tower. The Dire side do have good vision from this ward up on this hill. Oh, looks like Omni Knight does place an observer there, but doesn't consider putting any sentries, so I haven't really seen any dewarding on the side of the Radiant or the Dire, so... looks like Dragon Knight has farmed up his power treads, not bad. Just increasing his tank ability to the max, really, is what he's trying to do. Yeah, on the Dire side, or on the Radiant side, the Shadow Fiend's probably not going to be very tanky until much later in the game.
Radiant's
Spectre,
middle tower shouldn't have to
actually
take this
is farming up a
abuse.
Vanguard, so usually see a lot of Spectres just straight going for the Radiance as fast as possible, but the Spectre's deciding to go for the slightly slower route, or maybe not even getting Radiance at all, perhaps getting a Diffusal Blade. Against this team, not really that great a Diffusal Blade for a defensive Diffusal. To purge pretty much only the PA Dagger's slow effect and
Someone
the
better help Dire's middle tower.
Disruptor's, what's this called? Thunderstrike effect. Oh, looks like Shadow Fiend's going on to Wind Ranger, but she gets away with Wind Run, and he doesn't want to dedicate anything. Looks like he's taunting mid, giving us those crazy sound effects. And it looks like the Radiant actually invaded the jungle. Pudge with a haste rune, though. This could be big.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's waiting. Looks like he's targeting Shadow Fiend right now. He goes for the hook, lands it. Still no dismember though. He's not level 6 at this point. And Shadow Fiend goes for the ult, and 3 heroes are already there, and he just dies. Spectre on the haunt. Probably not going to catch his Pudge. Yeah, looks like that's just a little bit of waste of an ult right there. There's no follow-up. Alright, so PA with level 6, she is going to be able to crit now. Okay, I don't want to zoom in too far. Or too... yeah, whatever.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Looks
Radiant
like,
have
with
fortified
Shadow Fiend
their
dead,
structures.
I'm going to have Wind Ranger attacking the tower. They do
Radiant's
use a
middle
fortifying
tower
which
is under
questionable,
attack.
But this isn't really the highest level of matches, so you're not particularly not going to have like massive team fights that are going to, or like massive pushes from like 3 to 5 members on one tower. So I don't know. Alright, 4 heroes gathered top. Looks like Disruptor's going to start it off onto this Dragon Knight, but he's very, very tanky, and he gets the repel, so he's actually magic immune. Darkseer using a wall to kill Omni Knight. That's not much, and Black Hole is ready with a Blink Dagger, so this could be big. Does he have AoE? I don't remember if this... No, it's not until level 2 Dragon Knight that he gets a splash attack, so
Dire's
Even with
middle
the black
tower
hole,
isn't going to
there
last
isn't going to be
long.
enough damage with Dragon Knight alone, so we definitely need some teammates here. Spectre going on a full health Pudge, diving into the jungle,
Someone better help
but
Dire's
Shadow
middle
Fiend is
tower.
there to provide damage. There's no slow on him though, so he's going to be getting away. This team does look to lack disables aside from the black hole, so that is a concern. It looks like Shadow Fiend here is going to be shackled by the Wind Ranger, but nothing to tether it to. So we're going to be looking at Pudge here, going in deep with only 2 teammates. This could be a 2v3. The Courier's involved too. Go for a hook on the fallen one, but Enigma escapes. The captain, getting up close and personal here, decides not to go for anything. He does have enough mana for the Spectral Dagger. Looks like the Vision game is not that impressive, to be honest. Looks like there'll be an Arcane Rune pickup on bottom and a bottle refill for Shadow Fiend. Very effective with Raze, having the, what's it called, mana cost reduction, and I think it's cooldown reduction too, but I'm not sure.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as
Looks like
bottom.
there's going to be potentially a tower trade as 2 players are pushing top, and the rest of the Radiant team is pushing middle. So
Radiant's top tower is under
and a
attack.
double hero shackle. So
Dire's
this
structures are
could be
fortified.
a signal to go in from the Dire side. They actually gathered
Dire's middle
4 heroes
tower
in
is
mid, so
under
this could be a
attack.
team fight.
Dire's middle tower
Power
has
shot
fallen.
does a massive amount of damage relative to how much a power shot can do. Looks like there's actually 5 heroes gathered up here. Pudge on the wings. Looks like he might be able to hook. Oh, the Omni Knight is out of the fight! But the fight's going on this side. There's going to be able to go in. The power shot finishes off, and a 4-person black hole from Enigma! Not enough damage though, the team hasn't rotated in, and Disruptors comes in with the Static Storm and the Kinetic Field, and
Someone better help
I
Dire's
guess it's not enough.
Double
2 heroes are
kill.
dropping on the Dire side, but on the south side, Enigma drops
Dire's
after such
middle
a
tower
glorious
isn't going to
black hole.
last long.
Dragon Knight deciding to run away from the Darkseer.
Illusion.
Looks like there could be a potential kill on Darkseer or Pudge. Oh, Pudge manages to hook Shadow Fiend, so he's down, but his death ult is
middle
definitely
tower
going
is
to kill
under
Pudge
attack.
here. And it looks like Darkseer is in a little bit of trouble. Vacuums them in and surges out. So it looks like he's got a teammate coming in though, so there's potential to glimpse one of them back and kill Spectre. Definitely out of mana, but Omni Knights here. Looks like they're
No
much safer now.
sorceries avail.
Magic immunity and heals. What
Dire's
else
top
did you
tower
ask
is
for?
under attack.
Oh yeah, complete physical damage immunity. But in that team fight, Pudge, fantastic initiation, grabbing the Omni Knight and disfiguring him. I'm guessing. Yeah, he definitely would use Dismember. Pretty much removing the Guardian Angel ult entirely from the team fight. So this probably could have been a
Radiant's
much
middle
better team
tower
fight for
could use some
Radiant
help.
if it wasn't for that. It looks like
Dire's
Enigma's getting
bottom
shackled
tower
up.
is under attack.
Wind Ranger manages to get him, and she actually guesses the wrong direction. He jukes to the high ground, and looks like we have Dragon Knight going mid, going on Wind Ranger, with 3 people chasing her. But there's really no disable other than that Dragon Tail, Malphus, and the Black Hole. So
Radiant's top
Really
tower
hard to
deserves
catch
just
her.
as much help as bottom.
looks like top tower is being gone on by PA. Sometimes it's hard to notice when PA is pushing a tower because it's not shown on the minimap, her icon. It's part of the blur ability. Right here. Disappears from the enemy team's minimap when far away from enemy heroes. Well, it looks like on mid here, looks like Wind Ranger's pretty low,
Not
and
much good's
Disruptor's gonna be
happening to
caught out.
Radiant's
But
bottom tower.
Wind Ranger's gonna be caught too. She is Malphus, so there's potential here, and there's a big Magic Immune Spectre
They're
moving
beating
in.
on Dire's top
There's
tower.
a second Spectral Dagger that's gonna
Radiant's
land,
bottom
does a lot
tower
of
is
damage,
under
but she's
attack.
very quick. Haunt's gonna come out. But she gets dismembered by Pudge, so looks like Wind Ranger's gonna be safe here, and Pudge too,
Radiant's
and
bottom
Spectre's
tower
gonna be
is
caught
under
out of position.
attack.
Looks like Darkseer's gonna be able to pull him back and boost the attack speed, so it looks like Spectre's the one who's in a lot of trouble. The follow one blinks in, uses Malphus on Pudge. Pudge is gonna be dead soon, but he walks
Killing
into the
spree.
wall for some reason.
Are those cracks
Darkseer's
in
gonna be
Dire's
able to
top
run
tower?
a little quick. While Wind Ranger comes back in after healing
You
up and
weren't so
teleporting,
pinned.
takes out Enigma, shackles up Spectre, He's actually able to kill Omni Knight
Got you
as well.
dead to rights.
This is pretty bad for actually. Disruptor kind of saves Spectre there, glimpsing him back to
Dire's top
more
tower
optimal
has
position,
fallen.
farther away. Oh, but the kinetic field makes up for it as Wind Ranger misses the power shot though. Do they have enough damage to kill him? They don't have the ultimate. Spectre does have the phase boot, so she's pretty quick, but so does Wind Ranger. So it looks like they probably will be able to get the kill here. Just like a half power shot will take it out, but no, it doesn't look like it's even needed. Just a bunch of auto attacks later. Spectre's down. So not bad from the... Oh wow, I can actually... No, can I go all over the screen with the middle mouse button? Oh, okay. I need to figure out how the pros do their camera work. Okay, it looks like Enigma. Looks like mid-tower's gonna be
Dire's
going
bottom
down
tower is
to
being
Wind
chipped
Ranger
away.
here. Oh, there's potential for a deny here, actually. Omni Knight's kind of zoning it out, and it looks like the deny
Dire's
is
bottom
going to
tower
come in
needs
from
some
Enigma's
help. Radiant's
Eidolons.
middle tower has been denied.
But here
Dire's
on bottom
no
lane,
fortified
Shadow
their
Fiend could get
structures.
glimpsed back. Here's a full level 4 glimpse, so that is a massive radius. Looks like nothing's going to happen here as Shadow Fiend decides to walk away from the tower and not risk it. However, in the jungle here, we do have 3 Radiant players moving up. There's a Darkseer. He is pretty safe, though, in his position, especially with Surge and with so few disables. The only real disable that can catch him at that point would have been hop into Elder Dragon form with a quick Dragon Tail. Past that, there really isn't anything.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
Wall. There's a TP coming in.
Dire's
Oh, Shadow Fiend's gonna ult and instantly melt. Darkseer, Wind Ranger's still here too. It manages to double shackle and kills Shadow Fiend. She's running away. She has very little health, only 20 health left. Dragon Knight manages to finish her off. And Fan of Assassin leaks in. It looks like there's a Static Storm coming out for Disruptor, but the Guardian Angel's mitigating all the physical damage.
Mega kill! Triple
Drops
kill!
off to Spectre, who dies, and looks like Disruptor might be the next
Under the
shield as he
weather.
goes down. It's a 4-1 trade. Wow. So definitely not canceling the TP when
Radiant's
Shadowfiend
top
was,
tower is under attack.
channeling his ultimate was not a good idea from whoever.
Dire's
it was.
bottom
So,
tower
Wind
is
Ranger
under attack.
teleporting in. Shadow Fiend just using his Requiem of Souls with full
Radiant's
souls
top tower
on top
has
of her
looked
as soon
better.
as she came in.
Dire's bottom
with,
tower needs some help.
Darkseer blinking in right on top of him too. That just completely
It
destroyed
looks
both
like
of their
Dire
health.
fortified their structures.
And they saw him doing it too, so
Dire's bottom
that's
tower is
a
being
little bit of a
chipped
poor play
away.
right there.
Fearless.
So bottom tier 2
Dire's
is going to
bottom
go
tower
off to the
always
Radiant
did get
side.
short
All of
shrift.
the Dire side is spawns now, so it looks like they're not going to be going for another tower. They're going to be retreating it for now.
Purified.
So let's look at the items. I think I can do this, right? No? Beep boop. Boop. Okay, I don't know. I guess we'll have to look at the
Double
items
damage.
manually. So it looks like we actually have a Chrysalis on the Wind Ranger. Usually you'd see either a Maelstrom to Farm Quaker or a straight into Aghanim, so that ult becomes really powerful and spammable. It only has like a 15-second cooldown with the Aghanims or something. Darkseer, very well farmed with a Blink Dagger and a Mechanism. So he's going to be a massive teamfight player. Pudge, on the other hand, very, 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 very underfarmed. Sitting near the bottom of the net worth graphs with the little support, the ring mills. But he's pretty useful with his Dismember. It is a long disable, and the hook is great too, so I don't think he needs to have big items like Agnums or anything crazy like that, so I think he should be fine. PA, having the Basher, the Lifesteal Helm, Helm of the Dominator. Looks like she's actually not using the Helm of the Dominator to do something like stack the Ancients. She actually goes for Basher first, which is a little bit odd. I usually don't see that, but sure, why not? Disruptor here, looks like he might be working on, I don't know, a Force Staff? It's a very, very useful item, but he's actually not that great on items either, but he is buying worse, so what can you say? Omni Knight here, could have Defiance, which is a pretty good item actually. I really think it's fantastically cost effective, and definitely should be using the Arcane Boots right about now. There we go, okay, so able to help his team out in that way. But mainly his abilities are going to be what's useful to him, or to his team. Dragon Knight with his armlet now looks like he might be building a BKB next, so he's going to become a massive tank.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much
Looks
help
like he
as
maxed
bottom.
out Dragon's Blood first, I think, so definitely going for the tanky build there. Enigma, on the other hand, looks like he's going to be getting a BKB soon as well. He has landed one appallingly horrible black hole and then one fantastic teamfight winning black hole, so it evens out. Spectre now getting a Diffusal Blade as predicted. I don't really know what the next item after Diffusal Blade is. Maybe Bash or something like MKB to deal with the Wind Run, but I'm not sure.
Let the fighting recommence!
Maybe even to a late Radiance, but she didn't go for the Radiance build immediately.
Dire's middle
Shadow Fiend on the
tower
other
is under
side is
attack.
going for a Sanjin Yasha. I've actually seen a oh wow, okay, that Bash is really trolly from the
Healing and harm.
from the PA. But I've actually seen some Shadow Fiends get the Yule's Blink Dagger combo, so what you do is you Yule's into the air. Oh, looks like Punch here is caught out with oh, looks like the ult's coming in on on Jarcy, but he mistimes it and he doesn't get it out. But Omni Knight's here to save him with the Guardian Angel, mitigates all the physical damage, but Shadow Fiend gets glimpsed away or something, he just disappears, and no one on the Radiant side has died yet, but the Fallen one, very low. And very out of position. And 3 Illusion Heroes
Purified.
plus Disruptor going in, but looks like Omni Knight manages to hit him up. But looks like Dragon Knight's going to take out Darkseer here on the side, but he's taking a little bit of chip damage, but he's very tanky, so these illusions probably won't do enough damage. But he walks straight into the wall and
Dire's
gets
middle
killed!
tower isn't going to last long.
What was that?
All sorceries avail.
PA blinks in, kills another Enigma. Very low. Looks like Omni Knight might need to be the next
Someone
to
better
fall
help
with
Dire's middle tower.
Disruptor's Glimpse. Once that magic immunity runs out, he'll be glimpsed back all the way here. PA's here. What if he lands a heal bomb?
Double
He
kill.
just
Dire's
kills
middle
no.
tower isn't going to
Gets
last
stunned
long.
by the bash, so that's not really that great. Shadow Fiend here manages to pick up a regen rune, so he should be relatively safe against the Wind Ranger, who's actually very low, no bottle. He's gonna choose to run away, so that's actually disastrous for the. Okay, I didn't manage to hit the fight recap button, but definitely more advantageous for the Dire side there. Let's actually look at the. Can I pull up the graphs for net worth? How do I do graphs?
Dire's middle tower is
tab?
under attack.
No. How do we do graphs? Huh. I'm gonna have to learn that. Is it a button? Oh well, okay. We'll have to look at that later. Maybe I could Google it real quick. Let me do that real quick. Dota 2 net worth graph button. Now let's see. How do I do net worth? While playing you can spectating. Control F, net worth. Net worth charts. Oh, here we go. Gold graph. Does not actually say how to activate the gold graph. Okay. How do I do that? I guess I should start pressing buttons. Okay, it looks like that's mainly just affecting what this is showing. So we'll have to search up specifically what to do later, but it looks like smoke goes down and go into Roche Pit. Disruptor was using Kinetic Field, which does give vision, so they didn't actually see them through the smoke, but Punch goes for a big hook on Shadow Fiend. He immediately uses Yule Scepter to avoid the Dismember, but actually blocking his teammates off here, so they don't
Radiant's
go for
top
anything.
tower is
Spectre,
under
on the other
attack.
hand, going for this Disruptor, glimpses back. No one's going to be hit here, but it looks like Radiant's going to be diving hard, and this Disruptor's dead already.
Radiant's top
There's
tower
going to be no
has looked
static
better.
storm for this.
Gotcha more.
They're pretty
Fear
healthy.
nothing.
Enigma does have the black hole, but looks like he just misses the hook. And he blinks out. Okay, he's safe now.
Radiant's
Windranger and
top
Pudge,
tower
dangerous
has looked
combination.
better.
The tower's taking some damage, but Shadow Fiend's actually very far away from his team now. But they rotate back in, they back off, the enemy team backs off. The Pudge is still here.
Radiant's
Dismembering
top tower
Enigma
is under
decides to
attack.
cancel wisely. Actually, no, not wisely, because the only one there was Dragon Knight. The other Radiant heroes were going the opposite
Radiant's
direction.
bottom tower's got problems.
This is bottom tower's being pushed by three range creeps.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Bloop.
Augmented.
Oh, misses a hook. Pudge does. Not that great.
The armor.
Radiant's bottom
That's
tower's
probably not
got
going to be that big
problems.
because Omni Knight's nearby, so we can definitely save with Guardian Angel and Repel. Looks like Shadow Fiend's going shadowy, invisible. And there are very few sentry wards picked up on the other team, and looks like PA is going to get exploded by the ultimate, but she just blinks away.
Fear not.
And Spectre tries to go for the offensive haunt and doesn't manage to get anything with the Yule Scepter, but Windranger here is caught out. Looks like there's the Diffusal Blade used to catch him off, and the wall vacuum comes out, but not enough damage is done, and it looks like a big, all these big ultimates are being expended right now. Black Hole on just one
Double
Disruptor,
kill.
and
Visibility.
Guardian Angel really not being used to that much effect, but still a one team fight either way. Three Dire Heroes
Purified.
down definitely means this low health tower is going to be not seeing the light of day
Someone
anytime
better help
soon.
Dire's middle tower.
Could potentially go for high ground as well.
Dire's middle tower just went down.
So a new pickup on Shadow Fiend's part, the Shadow Blade, definitely allowed the initiation
Be
onto
fearless.
PA, but
Dire's middle tower isn't
didn't
going to
actually
last
manage
long.
to kill her. And a crit onto Enigma. She came
Dire have
very
fortified
low.
their structures. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, 2 crits in a row, bro. Looks like Pudge actually is on the south, managed to catch up Omni Knight. Might be
Someone
escaping
better help
unscathed,
Dire's middle
yeah, looks like
tower.
most of the Dire team is
Killing
respawned
spree.
already, and all the ults are blown, so it looks like Radiant might be at a severe disadvantage here. PA just got a BKB in. Oh my god, all the heroes are being
Killing
picked up
spree.
one at a time, and
Double
Dragon's the
kill.
only one left being very safe. They just ignored him as they took up all the damage dealers and the supports, and now he only picks off
Dominating.
Disruptor as a
Triple kill.
consolation prize, but that's a full
Sparing.
Radiant team wipe for just one Disruptor. They just stayed and tried to go for high ground. They did great damage on it, true, but was it really worth 5 heroes? They weren't taking note of the respawn times, and everything respawned at once, and they really didn't have anything ready. Oh man. So it looks like Dire side is going to be the ones pushing towers now. We've probably don't actually have any opportunities here. All the lanes are pushed in with Radiant creeps, so looks like nothing big is going to happen tower-wise. And this mid-tier 2 is the only thing they could even consider. Enigma's already here, and it's full health. 3 ion shells, though, that is going to be incredible damage. Okay, one just faded.
Blessings.
So it looks like the Dire are gathering up in this jungle, so potentially Omni Knight might be in danger, or Fallen One. They did have vision on him earlier, so it looks like Pudge will be the initiator here. And Enigma just goes AFK, gets dismembered, shackle shotted, tower shotted, destroyed. What happened there? Looks like Enigma actually did not have his ult, so not a huge loss. It's pretty much only a 20-second delay on his ult at this point, which is his main purpose. But definitely some typing going on there, or some, I don't know, some inattentiveness. Looks like we have a haunt from Spectre, I think. Yeah, she just haunted, so definitely some ults being wasted, and some clumsy plays going off. Looks like Windranger's diving very aggressively into Radiant territory. He's going to run into Shadow Fiend, so it's the mid matchup all over again. Shadow Fiend does have the Shadow Blade, so he can't escape. The Shackle goes in, does land. Oh my god, the damage from Windranger is massive. The Shadow Blade comes out just in time with only 1 hit left. Fantastic timing on the Shadow Fiend's part. Very poor timing on the Windranger's part. Unlucky. And the power shot also missed, so it looks like they do have an Aghanims though, so that ultimate and that shackle shot barely cost her anything but some mana. So she'll be ready to fight in only a few seconds. Shadow Fiend, on the other hand, yeah, he's still banged up and bruised. But looks like he is regaining quite a lot of souls if he was missing any by clearing out the bottom lane. Looks like at this point it's reverting to a farming game. Neither side wants to really push right now. They know that a lost team fight could potentially mean a lot, but Dragon Knight pops the BKB, looking to initiate on an Illusion Wind Ranger, and looks like Omni Knight is just walking straight in.
But I'm not finished.
3-2-2.
If you were still alive, I'd still be shooting.
Jeez. A lot of bad plays coming out on the Radiant side right now. Looks like we might have a pause if that was a technical difficulty. The Hook's coming in, manages to grab Dragon Knight off, so he's on the high ground, his team's on the low ground, they can't do anything, but Shadow Blade here, big ultimate, kills Disruptor almost instantly, punches down too, and Wind Ranger's the next one to receive damage, manages to run away, and the Black Hole comes in. For some reason there's a Yule Scepter on Shadow Fiend, so all the damage isn't coming in, and the vacuum wall destroys Shadow Fiend, who was very low on health. Looks like the Black Hole, even though it was a good catch, didn't manage to... Oh wait, what? Okay, looks like Spectre manages to finish off the rest of the enemy team. I did not notice that with the Haunt. It's actually a really good fight for Radiant. Manages to wipe the enemy team with only losing essentially an Omni Knight and Dragon Knight, and later in a Shadow Fiend. So it's kind of like a 3 for 5, but I don't know if you should count that Omni Knight. So we do have a pause coming in from Enigma.
Let's get on with it.
Oh, okay, a pause and unpause, so maybe a finger slip there. So the Dire side will begin respawning. It's going to be very difficult to take high ground against this team who has hooks to bring them in and isolate them, with the Static Storm in particular, and the Vacuum Wall. So this is going to be a tough high ground to crack, but if they manage to get a good team wipe like 2 times before, they should definitely be able to take the towers when there are no enemy heroes to defend. Bottom lane's definitely going to be pushing in here with the creep wave, but it looks like Pudge is going to be wrecking that with his Rot. Tons of farm coming his way. How's he doing with his items? He's got a Yule Scepter, perhaps defensive, perhaps offensive for him. And an Ogre Club, which might become a BKB, probably not. I would say probably an Aghanim Scepter with that point booster. So he's going to be upgrading his Dismember and using his Strength as damage. So when you have Aghanim Scepter as Pudge, you have your Strength multiplier increased. So that means you do more damage on your Dismembers. It looks like it goes back to a farming game right now. Net worth-wise, Shadow Fiend is clearly ahead of the rest, with a Demon Edge now, so that's probably not going to become a Divine Rapier. It's likely to be, yes, exactly that, a Monkey King Bar. So this Wind Ranger, our Wind Ranger's not going to be doing that much anymore. Fallen One manages to pick up an Invisibility Rune, and wow, it looks like on the Radiant side, or the Dire side, they've gone crazy with Sentry Wards. So they're really afraid of this Shadow Fiend Shadow Blading in, but they really spent over 600 gold on Sentry Wards, huh? So yeah, definitely gonna see our Disruptor at the bottom of the net worth graph. But then again, he really doesn't need that many items. I mean, Aghanims on him is a luxury, certainly, but the Force Staff, I would say, is really the big item that you need. And after that, yeah, you can spend it all on wards and whatnot. Oh, okay. We have a BKB pop on Fallen One. He goes in Black Holes.
Tower shouldn't have to
No,
take this
not enough damage. So Shadow Fiend comes in with the raises, manages to almost take out 2. But Pudge denies at the very last second. And there's a second
double kill.
Ultimate Requiem of Soul coming out, and Wind Ranger's killed off by that. A little bit of an unnecessary Guardian of Angels. So this Omni Knight's really had some questionable plays recently, but there's still one high
Radiant
defense hero and
structures
one
have been
core
snow
up
fortified.
for
Sorceries
Dire side. So
avail.
this by no means going to be a simple high ground, but it looks like they are going to be able to do it, and the wall back is coming in, but the magic immunity on Spectre prevents her from going in, and the Radiance is doing a ton of damage. It's about to about her picking that up, and looks like Phantom Assassin's going to use her ulti to run away, but the illusions are doing tons of damage against the Captain, and Spectre drops off to the
Dire's
wall
middle
alone.
tower just went down.
Dragon Knight's taking a
Radiant's top
1v1
tower
versus
has looked
the
better.
PA, but
Mega
Shadowfiend on the
kill!
side with only 200 health manages to destroy her. And looks like we've got some buybacks and teleports coming in. Shadowfiend is very dangerously low on health.
Dire's middle
Dragon
barracks
Knight
are
still
taking
going to the
damage.
racks, gets vacuumed back into the wall. On the toggling, will he be able to survive?
My
No.
fire goes
So,
out.
a little bit of a mistake there. He was hitting the melee barracks, but that actually has 5 health regen per second. So by the time they go back for another racks attempt, that is going to be pretty much full health. So his life there really was fed away for nothing. Back to the farming game. Shadowfiend very riskily is just farming out in broad daylight. The enemy team can definitely see him with the creeps there, so he just doesn't care. He's got 400 health and no cares in the world. Jeez. Sorry about that. Looks like we got a Radiant scan coming out. Scanning the secret shop, and that must have cost something, so looks like Wind Ranger is going to be going into the Roche Pit, activates the Lincoln's effect, and uses the ult, but she's not actually doing that much damage, but it's getting there. Looks like Dire side is going for Roche, and the Radiant are not even aware of it, actually. They're just farming their jungle while the Dire quickly taking Roche on. Looks like Wind Ranger's probably going to be the one to take this, but she hasn't opened a slot yet. It's probably going to be the No Talisman out, or even the PA actually. That's likely to be what it is.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Aegis, and lots of angry things coming out. No vision on in the Roche Pit, and they just didn't realize that they were taking it when all 5 were missing, or something like that. So PA with the Aegis. There's like some statistic that the Aegis is more effective on Radiant side for pushing, or something like that. So yeah, I'm not so sure how great it's going to be for trying to take Radiant high ground. They still have their tier 2 towers, I think. Yeah, they do. So they're still going to have to break through those. And it's going to be a tough fight for PA to take high ground in her team. But Wind Ranger, if she actually built a Desolator, is very much fantastic at taking towers. So maybe considering that in the long game, if they go into a state where they win one team fight, win the game, essentially. So Enigma aggressively blinking forward, going for the Malphite. No team behind him. I don't think he was really going for a massive team fight initiation there. Generally, as Enigma, you want to stay kind of in the back until you see the black hole opportunity. That's definitely what you want to go for. Looks like an illusion rune or something is picked up by PA. She's farming the mid lane with them. Gem of True Sight dropped. Looks like there's a gem in the game, but looks like 3 people's connections have dropped. The Shadow Fiend, Spectre, and Dragon Knight have all dropped connections. So Shadow Fiend looks like he's going to be working on the Eye of Scotty next with his ultimate orb. Spectre's still using that magic wand. Looks like he is going to be picking up potentially a Mantis style too. Looks like this is going to build into a Yasha and then into a Mantis style. Dragon Knight, on the other hand, I think this Helmet the Dominator might be new, but I'm not so sure. Looks like he might be getting a Sanj.
The battle resumes.
Wind Ranger decides to resume the game with 3 Radiant Heroes disconnected. A little bit of bad manners here. Looks like there are some connection issues. So wow, Disruptor's still with only 4,000 net worth. I guess he really is spending everything he gets on wards. Omni Knight, on the other hand, looks like he's going to be building a Pipe of Insight. That's what the headdress and the Hood of Defiance go into. Actually, do they? Yes, exactly what they So he's only 600 gold away from.
I'm fine
if he
with
doesn't
waiting and
want
all,
to buy back.
but let's go!
Looks like another one pause comes out from Wind Ranger. So
Well, look at that.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to repause it. I'm not so sure how that works. Looks like 3 players disconnected at the moment. It's only Enigma and Omni Knight
Who could turn away
to
from this
defend against
battle?
this push. Oh, okay, Spectre's
Not much
reconnected.
good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Looks like Spectre's able to repause the game. Wow. Dire side looks like they're getting desperate, trying to push while 3 of the players were disconnected. Alright, looks like Shadow Fiend is back. And the Dragon Knight as well. So we got our
Let's
full team
get
back
on
here, a
with
little bit
it.
out of position because the bots obviously ran back to the fountain. Looks like top lane here is going to be pushed by Darcy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Looks like Omni Knight's here to deflect the push, and they grant vision on this whole area. So looks like Dire might be going for this top tier too. It's very low, only 400 health. They don't have any armor reduction.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Shadow Fiend gets pinned to this tree here. Looks like he's actually gonna go down. So let's see if he has buyback.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
So yes, he does. So if there is a big fight, he'll definitely be able to hop back in. Definitely an
Radiant's
awkward
middle
encounter there
tower
with
is
Shadow
under
Fiend just
attack.
walking down.
Radiant's top tower has
How do I
fallen.
draw on the map? No, not quite. Okay.
Radiant's top tower deserves just
Well,
as much help as bottom.
Looks like top is being pushed by the Dire side now. Do they still have
Radiant structures are
still have the Aegis on
fortified.
PA, so we don't have the Shadow Fiend up, and he does have buyback, so we can get into this. Spectre's Radiance is going to be great for deflecting creep waves. Looks like a hook attempt comes in from PA. It looks like the Aegis only has a minute and a half remaining on it, so this push is going to have to be slightly urgent. PA, does she have a Manta? She does have a Manta style, curiously enough. So potentially to disjoint any target
Radiant's
shots.
top
I really
tower
don't think
has
that's
looked
anything
better.
but Spectre. Looks like Wind Ranger's laying in the ultimate on the tower, and it looks like it might be going down. No fortification in sight.
Radiant's top tower
it
deserves
goes
just
down.
as much help as Radiant's top tower has
Looks like these
fallen.
racks are exposed, so the question is how they're going to attack the racks. So at this
Radiant's
point,
middle
Shadow
tower is
Fiend
under attack.
respond completely. 3 Dire heroes though are focusing more on the mid tier 2 now, so looks like they're not going to be going for those top
Radiant's
racks
top
just
barracks
yet.
are under attack.
Manta style doing a little bit of work to the ranged racks, which does not have regen, so chip damage is actually valuable there.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Looks like this mid tier 2 is actually going to be down as the kinetic field pushes the graded heroes back. Shadow Fiend, on the other hand, goes in immediately with only 3 auto attacks, kills Disruptor. The Monkey King Bar and the Sanji Yasha, the bashes there.
Radiant
doing
just
some
denied their middle
work.
tower.
The Shadow Fiend bonus damage as well, taking out this very low net worth Disruptor with only about 1,000 health, so definitely a good pick-off on the Radiant side. This Shadow Fiend has become a monster, 21,500 net worth, and they're forcing the Dire side to actually retreat. And it looks like the Aegis expires just in time as well, so this is the perfect time for Radiant to make an attempt at a team fight and potentially take some racks. I wish I didn't have to scroll around with my mouse wheel, that would be easier. Make it easier. So it looks like Shadow Fiend does know that they have no detection here. If they did, those creeps would have hit him. Goes with the Shadow Blade, but doesn't find anything, so he backs out. It only has a 15-second duration and a 15-second cooldown. He gets shackled up to Omni Knight, so looks like there's going to be a wall vacuum coming in here, but the Dual Scepter comes in on Shiny King's part, so he's safe for the moment. Looks like he gets hexed up and killed. There's a ton of ultimates coming down here. Static Field, Static Storm.
Double kill.
Looks like the only one to drop on the Radiant side is Shadow King. Omni Knight down too now. The wall's still up. People are still walking through it. Dragon Knight's going to go down to the wall again. Spectre, on the other hand, the Power Shadow killing Enigma, and the last hero left.
Is under attack.
Spectre, only 50 health running away. One dagger will do it. One blink will do it. He's running for his life. He's very quick.
Radiant's bottom
With the
tower's
Yasha.
got
Oh, the power
problems.
shot just barely misses. Only 150 health. Looks like she might be able to escape unscathed with the Spectral Dagger. So it looks like she's going to
Not
get the
much
last one
good's
up.
happening
It's
to
a 4
Radiant's
for
bottom
3
tower.
trade. So not the worst, not the best. But it looks like they're going to have some massive pushing power. Oh, looks like PA has Boots of Travel and is attacking the Spectre, and he actually manages to catch him and actually kills Spectre. So it's a full wipe on the Radiant side and a buyback on Spectre.
Dire's middle barracks are taking fire, which
he wants to
is
defend
obviously
top.
bad.
So yeah, with the Radiance, he's going to be able to defend, but against
Dire's middle barracks
Ranger
are under
and
attack.
PA, the 2 damage-dealing cores, might be difficult. But Omni Knight is here, so there is definitely a Magic Repel and potentially some healing to come in, but looks like not in. Oh, the black hole coming in from Enigma kills off Wind Ranger, kills off PA. Fantastic play. Gem of True Sight as well dropped. I see a lot of Enigmas like trying to wait for a 5-man black hole or something ridiculous like that, but sometimes it takes a really good Enigma to know exactly when to black hole, even if it's just 1 or 2 players. Those 2 were the damage-dealing farming cores of the enemy team, so now what do they have left? They have 60 seconds off these 2 guys, and the only guys left are Scrub Lord, Disruptor, but no items except for Ghost Scepter now, apparently. This Pudge, who I guess has Blade Mail now, and Aghanim, so he's actually mildly threatening with 3,000 health, so that's actually a big deal. And Darkseer, who's a team fighter, but they don't have any real damage behind that. I mean, the wall is actually going to do quite a lot, but once they get past that, they can just literally run past it. They can pretty much pick off the
What
rest.
surge is this?
Definitely the Dire side being very weak right now. 30 seconds on those respawns, but the Radiant side doesn't look too eager to push. It did manage to capture the ranged Rex, though. And I was talking about the regen on the melee before. Most of the damage is gone from Dragon Knight's suicide attempt. So it looks like Enigma is going to be building his refresher orb. Looks like they're just unlucky enough. The Roshan was about to respawn in about 30 seconds or so. So they just missed it. So Dire side, everyone's respawned now. Regrouped. 3 heroes mid, soon to be 4 with PA. Potch, however, is roaming on his own. And Radiant looking very scattered around the map. Even though they have a sentry ward on this observer, they haven't dewarded it. Okay then, that's it's curious. Looks like Disruptor is going to be buying more wards. Looks like they spotted Roshan. He has been spotted and they are gathering around. Wind Ranger using her ult. Looks like Radiant again is not suspecting it, so they're gonna get another 3 rush. Oh, but looks like Dragon Knight circled it on the map. They might be aware, but no one's making any moves right now. The Roshan is going to go to the Dire side again. This is going to be the second Roshan of the game. Next one's going to be Cheese.
Oh, Roshan. Something tells me we haven't seen the last of
PA
him.
again with the Aegis with the Immortal. And Radiant decides to turtle up in their base. Except for Spectre, of course, who wants to farm more. Very dangerous. Looks like they're pinging out to him. They definitely don't want him there. Roche was just taken, so it's definitely possible for the Radiant or Dire side to push into the jungle and kind of attack this whole area. So if you see someone take Roche, definitely be wary of the jungle area right afterwards, because there's going to be an immortal hero pushing that and trying to look for some pickoffs. But it looks like playing defensively here is what the Radiant side is going to do. But for some reason, the Dire side just decided to go back to farming. They think the Radiant side, they're not anywhere on the map, so they must be turtling. So let's just farm up. The Aegis definitely is going to last 5 minutes, but they're just going to use it towards the end, or maybe let it expire like last time. Spectre here. Getting towards the top of the net worth chart, I would think. No, actually, still extremely low. So she does buy a Sanj, so this Sanj and Yasha is going to not be a, what's it called? Manta style just yet. Potentially disassembling it into a Manta style, but then you have an extra Sange for no reason. Looks like there's a blind hook going on from Pudge. Almost catches Dragon Knight. Looks like Dire is looking to push now. This middle lane, they've got 5 heroes gathered up. Pudge, potentially going to land a hook too. However, they have to be wary of the Enigma Black Hole that has screwed them over at least twice. Everyone's quiet. It looks like the Eye of Scotty is completed on the Shadow Fiend, so he's going to have a lot more stats. He's got almost 3k health, but look at the Pudge, he's got a little bit more than 3k health and a Blade Mail, so what can you do? He's a massive tank, and you don't even want to hit him. So I guess you can just ignore him, actually. Then again, Raw, dismember, it's a big deal. So it looks like one of the Radiant team, or Dire team members is going to be pushing top, and wow, look at that creep wave. That's all just natural creeps, not even mega creeps, so they're going to be throwing a massive creep wave top, so it looks like he's going to be looking forward to farming that up. Wind Ranger's here, she might be able to land a Shackle, and it does land, but how much damage is coming out? The hook comes in though, Pudge pulls him back, but no one's there, so he might have actually just saved Spectre, but the Haunt coming in, they have no idea where he is. All the big ultimates being dropped, there's no Guardian Angel yet, no Vacuum Wall coming in, and the Black Hole onto the dwarves. Wind Ranger, PA, that wasn't PA. Wind Ranger and Darkseer going down. PA, nowhere to be seen. Disruptor also taking down PA here, just ignoring the whole fight with the Aegis.
Ooh, Dire's courier got killed. Those things aren't cheap, you know.
Dire courier dead as well. Horrible play from the PA. She just ignored her whole team, even though she had boots of travel. She could have been there, but she just decided to try to push a mid creep wave with the Aegis, so that just might have cost the game, really. Didn't want to dive in or do anything.
This should make my life easier.
So it looks like Guardian Angel was expended. Didn't notice that. It's a really messy team fight. Huh, well, looks like Radiant is definitely favored to win now. PA does teleport back defensively. They are pinging at their Spectre, who is not pushing with them, and of course, Shadow Fiend's the only one with the right mind to push, but he's gonna have to go against this PA, who still has the Aegis, so she is gonna be able to defend, but Disruptor and Pudge do respawn. They were lower levels, so the respawn time is lower, and it looks like Wind Ranger and Darcy are going to be up momentarily as well, so this might have been a lost opportunity if the whole team had pushed this Rex. They had like a good 15-second window of just straight hitting the Rex. That's like a 4v1 as well, 5v1. So yeah, the opportunity's gone now. They decide to back off now that their opportunity is, their window of opportunity is closed. Huh, what a particular scrub game. Pro tip, never casting a match, make sure you have water. My throat is getting dry AF. Punch with the MLG hook! Making sure that creepy McCreeperson is not part of his next team fight. Spectral Jagger raining in, manages to hit. Be fearless. Magic Community looks like Shadow Fiend is actually and is invisible, but does get dismembered before he's fully gone. So it looks like there's a big black hole opportunity. Only catches, actually it does catch Wind Ranger and Disruptor. It looks like Wind Ranger is going to drop as a result of it. Pudge on the side is going to die too, and there's a second black hole refresher orb, so that's a full wipe. 5-0. Fantastic Enigma play on his end. And with a BM question mark, that might just be the end of the game. Why is this creep betraying? Okay, anyway. So yeah, that looks like it'll probably be game. 50 seconds on the nearest respawn, and it's only a Disruptor. Looks like they are definitely going to be getting this mid racks. Whether they get the bottom racks is probably going to happen.
Some
but they can't
bad
actually
things
get the
happening
top
to Dire's middle
because
barracks.
of this tier 2. So it looks like they're actually going to go for
Dire's
the
middle
throw.
barracks have
None of
fallen.
them have Desolator, but they do have an Enigma with a demonic conversion.
Nothing like
Wind
a
Ranger
little
buys back
failure
into
to
the game,
sharpen
but
your aim.
can't actually
Dire's
do
middle
that
tower
much.
has fallen.
Will
He
break.
has so much physical damage, and Shadow King has a
Dire's middle
MKB,
tower
so he
has
can't even.
fallen.
She can't even run away. With an MKB,
Dominating.
and she just goes down to
Dominating.
auto attacks, and the Ancient's
Dire's
going down.
Ancient is under
It looks
attack.
like Radiant
We're just
is going to be
about
the
done
victor
here.
of
Radiant
this
victory.
quarterfinal Battle Cup EU West, I think, championship. Alright, fantastic. So it looks like Fallen One has won the day with a fantastic play. Let me just message him. Alright. So I guess for the Battle Cup they're moving on in the brackets. So their name is PrEdAtOrS. Okay. Let me just message him. GG, fantastic black holes. I'll post my shoutcast on YouTube. Alright, so yeah, I don't think I'll be shoutcasting the rest of these. Shoutcasting honestly is quite exhausting, and I have lunch waiting for me. So this will be the end of this video. Tell me if you want to see me doing some more shoutcasting. This is the first time, so I'll probably be doing some more and recording my way and journey along it. First thing I'm going to do is probably figure out those hotkeys for the graphs and probably remember to hit those team fight recap buttons. But anyway, if you have any advice, please leave it in the comments. If you have any suggestions or any games that you want me to try to shoutcast, just send me links through the comment section of YouTube or join the Steam group and add me and message me. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.